nationwide call-in taxes or fees. Just $29.99 a month. Because nothing illuminates your home like the Spectrum Triple Play. Switch to Spectrum now for free HD, the fastest internet, and unlimited calling. Just $29.99 a month each with no contracts. Call 844-883-2999 today.
This is important news for women diagnosed with ovarian cancer. Talcum powder may have caused your ovarian cancer. According to many studies, long-term use of talcum powder in products such as baby powder or shower-to-shower for feminine hygiene is linked directly to ovarian cancer. If you are an ovarian cancer victim or if a loved one died from ovarian cancer after using talcum powder, call the law offices of Davis & Crump at the number below right now to find out if you are eligible for a cash award and medical expenses. Call now.
The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. Weeknights on NBC.
Coming up on KKCO 11 News at noon, a federal court strikes down Grand Junction's panhandling ordinance. We'll have the very latest from the Oregon school shooting where 9 people were killed. Plus, the Grand Junction Police Department are letting the public follow along on their beat with live tweets.
Live from Grand Junction, this is KKCO 11 News at noon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us on KKCO 11 News at noon. I'm Jordan Alexander. Well, let's quickly check in with meteorologist Brad Miller to find out what the weather is like this week.
And it's looking pretty good to wrap up the work week for us. A little bit cooler than it has been the past several days, but we've seen a pretty good deal of sunshine today. We've been taking a little bit longer to cloud over than we expected. I think we will start to later on this afternoon, but for now we've still got a nice mix of sun and clouds outside. Still a good deal of sunshine, but again, we do have some clouds and even some rain starting to build off to our west now, just starting to push in towards western Colorado. Now, this is relatively scattered, and I think for the most part this is going to push off to our north. So I don't think it's going to be a huge issue for us, at least the rain, but we will see a little bit more cloud cover throughout the afternoon, so that will limit our warming throughout the rest of the day. We have warmed up fairly nicely so far. We are into the 70s in many spots, 74 in Montrose, 80 in Delta, 75 in Grand Junction, so Delta the warm spot for us right now. Not a whole lot of warming from this for the rest of the day, though. We will be keeping things a little bit cooler than it has been over the past couple of weeks for us. It will be breezy out there too. If you step outside, you'll definitely notice that right away. Again, we could see a few showers, but most of us, I think, do stay dry. The weekend is looking pretty nice for us. We will dry out completely, plenty of sunshine, and a little bit cooler. It'll be a nice fall weekend for us, which is something we haven't had so far this season. And then the rain, it'll be back next week, but it'll be out, but it won't be here until after the weekend's through. So the weekend, most importantly, looking pretty good for us.
Excellent. Thank you, Brad. I don't mind a rainy week as long as we get the weekend.
Yeah, I think everybody's okay with that.
Absolutely. Thank you. So a federal court is striking down Grand Junction's panhandling ordinance, ruling that it violates First Amendment rights. A federal district court judge issued a 39-page decision ruling in the ordinance regulated speech and violates rights of people who wish to solicit charity in public places. The ACLU of Colorado legal director Mark Silverstein says the ruling striking down Grand Junction's panhandling ordinance will have ramifications throughout Colorado. Local police said aggressive panhandling was on the rise in our community, and the city of Grand Junction agreed. With the GJPD revised their panhandling ordinance, which was adopted in the spring of 2014. We reached out to the city of Grand Junction about the ruling, and they do not wish to comment at this time. Well, a gunman shot and killed 9 people and wounded several others at a community college in Oregon yesterday. The suspect was then shot and killed after being confronted by police. The community is in shock. NBC's Wendy Wolfolk is in Roseburg, Oregon with the latest. Wendy.
It's happened again.
We heard this popping sound, and at first we thought it was engine backfiring.
Instead, those sounds were gunshots, this time at Umpqua Community College in southern Oregon, leaving 10 people dead and 9 others injured.
Taking shots with him. He's in the classroom.
Autumn Vicari's brother was in the room with the shooter.
And all my brother could focus on was, please don't kill me, I have a family.
According to her brother, Vicari says the gunman asked people their religion before he started shooting.
If they were Christian, they were shot in the head. But if they stated other or didn't answer, they were shot in the leg.
Authorities have identified the shooter as 26-year-old Chris Harper Mercer. 10 minutes after the first call of shots fired, Mercer was killed in a shootout with police.
We need to stop glorifying the act that the shooter did. We need to stop glorifying the name.
With the same anger and unprecedented emotion, President Obama called these massacres commonplace in our country.
The reporting is routine. My response here at this podium ends up being routine. The conversation in the aftermath of it, we've become numb to this.
But this is far from routine for the gunman's father.
Shocked. Shocked is all I can say.
That same shock and devastation has left yet another community to heal. One person is in critical condition at this hour. 2 others have been upgraded to stable. One person may even go home this afternoon. In Roseburg, Oregon, Wendy Woolfolk, NBC News.
Thank you, Wendy. So with continued rains and Hurricane Joaquin on the horizon, many have been forced to evacuate the Outer Banks of North Carolina. Jonathan Rodriguez spoke with residents trying to get out of the path of the storm.
Joaquin, I don't think it's that big a storm, but I hope it doesn't hit here.
Turby Seitz and his 4-legged companion were one of the few people riding the ferry to Ocracoke.
We were told they're doing an evacuation for Ocracoke Island.
Vacationers and people who live on the island filed off the boats, making their way inland.
And we're really basically just doing our normal operation and getting as many people off the island as they tell us to get off.
The ferries are working through the night with Hurricane Joaquin cutting some trips short. This couple came from Virginia.
We really just kind of
seen a sign.
Yeah.
Said leave. We debated on leaving in the morning, and then last minute we decided we were leaving tonight.
And now where to next?
We're not sure.
What are you worried about at this point?
Just getting everything to high ground.
Steve Holsinger lives on Ocracoke and was only making a trip back to haul some of his stuff off the island.
That's our biggest concern, is probably the storm surge if it comes through and just all the water.
Until then, these ferries are pushing through in case Joaquin decides to change his path again.
What's it like when a storm comes through like this?
Hold on.
The victim of a car hit and run early Saturday morning has come forward to share her account of the incident in the hope of catching the culprit and warning others. The incident comes at a time where annual hit and run numbers in Grand Junction are considerably lower than in 2014. The hit and run happened at the intersection of 7th Street and Orchard Avenue. Grand Junction Police Department are investigating the incident but have not released any information on a potential culprit. But victim Crystal Archuleta says police have told her the vehicle they are looking for is likely to be a red truck with damage down the passenger side. For Archuleta, as soon as she regained consciousness, her first thought was the other driver.
There's 2 people that stopped at the accident, and I asked them if the other guy was okay, and they said there is no other guy. He was heading west down Orchard, just blew through the red light.
Grand Junction Police Department say that this year has been 78 accident reports involving hit and runs compared to 288 for the entirety of last year. Archuleta was driving a company vehicle owned by Citadel Security at the time of the incident. She escaped with non-life-threatening injuries. As of Thursday, businesses across the country were expected to accept chip-enabled credit cards, yet many local businesses are still waiting for the equipment or have yet to purchase it. Businesses that do not have the chip reader after the deadline become liable for fraudulent charges that may occur instead of the bank. This transition is being made in an effort to lower the billions of dollars of fraudulent charges seen each year.
We chose to do it because it's a safer way for our customers to shop, and it kind of secures everything down a little bit more, and we want our customers to feel comfortable shopping with us.
Unlike the magnetic strips in old credit cards, these new chips will create a new code for every purchase, making it nearly impossible for hackers to steal your information. If you do not have a chip-enabled credit card, don't worry, consumers are not expected to have them until the end of 2015. The Grand Junction Police Department are taking part in a national event today aiming to break the barriers between police and the community by giving residents an inside look at their day-to-day operations through social media. The Grand Junction Police Department is taking their work to social media to offer a first-hand look at what law enforcement officers encounter on a nightly shift. GJPD will be posting about dispatch calls, educational items, and officer responses to engage the residents they protect into their work.
It is a great way for us to kind of have that view into our world that maybe is a little tough to get.
GJPD says they rarely have a typical night as calls are always coming in, keeping them on their feet. They hope citizens will follow them on Twitter today with the hashtag #POLTWT to give people a look into their lives that they might not otherwise see. The countdown to Halloween has begun, and beginning tonight, you can get spooked by the Trail of Terror. It's a haunted house created by the Cheer and Dance Center Express All-Star. This is a fundraiser to help cover travel costs for the team, and this will be their 19th annual haunted house, and after 19 years, they feel they've perfected the art of haunting.
This is without a doubt the best place to come, at least for if you wanted to come to a haunted house during this month of October for Halloween, without a doubt. It's just a lot of fun.
This year's Trail of Terror will feature 35 different rooms. The house will be open starting tonight and will be open during the weekends through October. Admission is $13 and all proceeds go to the Express All-Stars. They recommend if you don't want to get there early. This month you'll be seeing a whole lot of pink around town. This includes our local firefighters. The Grand Junction Fire Department is changing out their uniforms for pink t-shirts to show their support for the fight against breast cancer. The fire department says over 200,000 people, both men and women, will be diagnosed with breast cancer this year.
And it affects all of us, you know, throughout Mesa County, Grand Junction specific. We're all affected some way. We all know somebody, someone in our family, maybe been or directly affected by this.
The Grand Junction Fire Department says all firefighters across the country can be seen raising awareness with their pink t-shirts. Colorado State Patrol is also sporting a pink trooper car to show support for those fighting breast cancer. Well, coming up, the Colorado Health Foundation spoke to Grand Junction residents to address local health concerns.
Mesa County Libraries, for books and so much more. Mesa County Libraries, so much more than books.
The Grand Junction Symphony brings you a world premiere Saturday and Sunday, October 3rd and 4th in the historic Avalon Theater. The Grand Junction Symphony kicks off its 38th season with the world premiere of Richard Danielpour's The Wounded Healer, Beethoven's famous Fifth Symphony, and the return of fiery percussionist Lisa Pazer. A weekend of performances sponsored by Karen Combs. Ticket information at 243-6787 or ggso.org. It's a world premiere Saturday and Sunday, October 3rd and 4th.
Hilltop's premier independent and assisted living communities offer seniors gracious living and personalized care. Our luxurious apartments feature great views with spacious floor plans, and our facilities have social activity, restaurant-style dining, and personal assistance including room service and bed walking. Loved ones can feel at ease knowing that there are scheduled on-site physicians, medical transportation, and 24-hour emergency response. Schedule your private tour and free lunch today by calling 243-8800 or visit us online at thefountainsgj.org.
Red Rocks Valley. Welcome home.
Welcome back to KKCO 11 News at noon. I'm Jordan Alexander. Colorado Health Foundation stopped off in Grand Junction yesterday for the final stop on their tour of the Western Slope. Around 50 local health professionals gathered at the Western Colorado Botanical Gardens to hear Karen McNeil Miller address community health concerns. According to the Health Foundation, less than 30% of residents strongly agree that local health systems meet their family needs, nearly 10% under the same statistic nationwide.
What I've learned in this Western Slope tour is that people all over care a great deal about their communities. They want the best health for their communities, and they have concerns about things beyond health, but that all affect health.
McNeil Miller addressed concerns from local healthcare professionals such as integrating mental and physical health care into one accessible location, preventing education for students, and improved services for the elderly. It's a fast-growing business, healthcare logistics. Morgan Brennan reports on how shipping giants like UPS and FedEx are making a difference in the medical field.
Pharmacists, high-security storage areas, temperature-controlled air freight containers. This is UPS's Louisville, Kentucky healthcare hub, one of 50 specially designed warehouses catering to shipments of medical drugs, surgical devices, and biologics like blood and DNA samples. This may look like an ordinary part of the warehouse, but it's actually a 0-degree Fahrenheit freezer where temperature-sensitive medical supplies are stored before shipping out to hospitals, research facilities, and other kinds of laboratories. For medical device company Exact Sciences, UPS developed plans to ship its Cologuard product, a screening test for colon cancer that ships from UPS's warehouse to patients' homes and then onto laboratories.
Time is of the essence here. So they have a 3-day commitment on the outbound leg and an overnight commitment on the inbound leg of the shipping. And that is really critical. It's really changing the whole paradigm about colon cancer screening, and UPS is right in the middle of it.
And UPS isn't the only one collaborating with healthcare companies. FedEx and DHL have made significant investments in their healthcare supply chains as well. Experts say healthcare logistics is growing at a faster rate than GDP, driven in part by increased regulations.
The medical profession is focused on reducing cost of the services, and as a result, the cost of goods and logistics that tie in, which is where UPS, FedEx, DHL are involved in moving, is a smaller percentage and creates greater opportunity for them to support the profession.
Across the country, many people sit for long periods of time during an 8-hour workday. That can take a toll on the body. New research at the University of Missouri looks at what you can do to protect yourself from health problems that come with sitting too long. Many people spend hours at work in front of a computer screen. Researchers at the University of Missouri School of Medicine wanted to find out the health impact of prolonged sitting. Dr. Padilla Dia says blood flow to the legs is greatly reduced, and over time this could lead to cardiovascular disease. There is a growing trend for more employers to encourage workers to get up and move more often during their workday.
What we found is that 10 minutes of walking at a normal pace, which is equivalent to about 1,000 steps, was sufficient to reverse vascular dysfunction associated with sitting.
Health experts suggest switching to a standing desk, adjustable workstation, and even a treadmill desk. But the key is to get up and walk. Colorado Mesa University's new water center has been renamed. Find out where the inspiration comes from after this.
I'm an environmentalist and I work for an oil and natural gas company. I've always been sensitive about protecting the earth, especially in Colorado. This is my home. I've focused my career to make a bigger impact by working from the inside to protect the environment. People should understand how important energy development is to all of us. We're doing things right in Colorado, developing our energy resources wisely and taking care of the land we love.
When I was growing up, I never realized how hard my parents worked for me. They bought me a tricycle, taught me how to ride. They saved for years to buy a home for our family, and then they mortgaged that home so I could go to college. Now that my dad has Alzheimer's disease, it's my turn to provide a special home for him. I'm so pleased that my dad now calls his home Aspen Ridge Alzheimer's Special Care Center.
Just 5 years ago, I had a mini implant put in and had another dentist do it, and it snapped. And I had to go and talk to Dr. Poovey to find out what had gone wrong. Dr. Poovey understood about our financial situation and explained to my husband that he would work with us so that we could be able to afford the work that was needed. My husband made the remark that he was very impressed with Dr. Poovey.
JP Dental Group. Call today.
For a multicultural tour of flavors, come to Grand International Buffet. Join us for lunch and dinner anytime and enjoy over 150 different menu items prepared fresh from quality ingredients every single day.
I particularly like the food here, but the seafood is my favorite.
And I like the sushi.
They have a great selection, and I can even get pizza for my baby.
Grand International Buffet, where your meal is always hot and ready. Stop by today at the corner of 25 Road and Highway 6 and 50, next to Starbucks.
Kkco 11 News, now available from the Roku Channel store.
Thank you for watching Kkco 11 News at noon. I'm Jordan Alexander. A Western Slope water activist is the inspiration behind the new name of CMU's water centre, the Ruth Powell Hutchins Water Centre. Hutchins, who passed away in 1997, was unafraid to challenge federal agencies and local authorities to protect Western Colorado water rights. Her family members, many of whom still live in the valley, celebrated the renaming with the university yesterday. Her eldest son, Will Hutchins, who wore irrigation boots as a symbol of his mother, says she was a force to be reckoned with.
She thought it was something that was wrong in the, you might say, straight-laced Vermont sense of the word. She would put her formidable energies against it, to rectify it, to illustrate it, whatever.
The Water Center is a research organization at Colorado Mesa University that began as the Mesa County Water Association, which Hutchins founded. The group works to educate, outreach, and discuss current water issues in our area.
Not very many issues with the weather in our area right now. In fact, we're actually looking pretty nice out there right now. Mix of sun and clouds outside. One issue that we do have right now is actually the wind, and that is, we've even been seeing it from time to time shaking the camera out there. So a little bit of a breezy day out there, and that's something that'll continue throughout the afternoon, but they should die down in the evening. Again, even down towards Montrose, a nice mix of sun and clouds. Although we haven't had a few more clouds pushing through late morning, but now starting to clear things out again. We will have some more clouds moving in, especially further off to the north. Later on, we're watching even some rain showers starting to push into far western Colorado. Might see some showers just maybe off to the west of Fruita, up towards Loma, Mac, maybe here within the next 15-20 minutes or so. For the most part, though, I think this is going to skirt the area off to the north. We'll keep some clouds in the picture, but most of us should stay dry throughout the afternoon. Not looking all that bad, and if we do see any rain, not anything that's going to last very long. We'll be looking at some more scattered activities. Again, the more widespread activity will stay off to the north. Now with the sun, we have warmed things up a little bit more. Now we're up to 79 in Grand Junction, still at 80 in Delta, 79 in Montrose. So I think we will get up into the 80s today. But again, the big story this afternoon is the wind. And look at these wind speeds. Most spots between 15, 20, even 25 miles per hour, seeing those winds howling right along out there this afternoon. And we'll continue to see that again through the afternoon. They'll start to die down in the evening, and then the weekend's looking pretty quiet for us. So again, you might see some of those leaves on the trees starting to blow off out there. So this weekend, probably looking to be your last chance to see those leaves before they do come down. We'll see some rain after the weekend that'll probably wipe out anything that makes it through the winds today. Making it up into the low 80s today, still above the average of 73, although much cooler than we were yesterday. We made it up to 88 both here in Grand Junction and in Montrose. That tied a record for the warmest day in October ever in Grand Junction. Montrose, it set the record down there. So had some historic heat in the area yesterday, but that has moved on now and will continue to cool things off. We're actually looking at a cold front passing through this evening, which will cool us down pretty quickly, eventually down into the 50s by midnight or so, and then eventually looking at a night in the 40s in many spots tonight. So quite a bit cooler out there for us. Again, seeing some sunshine, seeing some clouds, seeing some rain off to the west for the most part. That'll stay out of the picture for us. Again, as we can see, most of the activity this evening then will push out towards the Front Range, where we could even see some snow mixing in with the rain out there up in the high country, up about 10,000 feet or so and higher. Not looking at a whole lot of accumulation out of this, but could see a dusting, maybe an inch in some spots out there. So if you're driving out in that direction, out towards Denver this evening, overnight tonight, something to keep an eye on. Tomorrow morning, we quiet things down. I think we'll see a mix of sun and clouds for our Saturday as we go into the afternoon. Sunday will clear things out, and we're looking pretty nice for that. Lots of sunshine, hardly a cloud in the sky for us on our Sunday. As a matter of fact, looking pretty nice going into the afternoon to wrap up the weekend. It will be a little bit cooler for us. Starting tonight, 49 in Grand Junction and in Fruita, Glade Park, all in the upper 40s for us. 41 in Parachute, 42 in Quebec, 49 in Palisade. Montrose coming in right around 45 degrees. And we'll be keeping things cool through the weekend, right around 75, 77 on Sunday. More rain coming back into the picture for us Monday and Tuesday. We'll get another look at the extended forecast coming up towards the end of the show. More news right after this.
If you're a high school senior planning to attend college next year, and if you have a track record demonstrating strength of character, leadership, and service to your community, then you may have what it takes to receive the Daniels Scholarship. Each year, approximately 250 new Daniels Scholars are selected from among thousands who apply in Colorado, New Mexico, Utah, and Wyoming. Visit the Daniels Fund website during September and October to apply online at danielsfund.org. Daniels Fund, making life better, one individual at a time.
Discover the possibilities with Mosaic. Mosaic gives people with intellectual disabilities a voice to help them live a meaningful life. For nearly 29 years, Mosaic in Western Colorado, a nonprofit organization, has provided personalized support and services designed in partnership with the people they serve. Mosaic invites you to join us for a free 1-hour tour of our mission, with lunch provided. Call now or go online to discover the possibilities with Mosaic.
You know how you make an egg roll?
Yeah.
Push it. There you go. All right.
Wish you had a chef to help make dinner or a personal trainer anytime?
We have a humongous crowd.
Missed an amazing performance or an interview everyone's talking about?
This has been illuminating. That's the least you can say about it.
Want to catch up with friends but on your schedule? Don't just wish for it, demand it. Now you can watch today, any time of the day, on demand.
When news breaks, he's there at the heart of the story.
I've never seen anything like this.
You and your 3 children will live in the field.
What made you pick up your phone and start shooting on Saturday?
It is, in fact, a taste of freedom. When lives change, he's there to listen.
You want your child to be able to walk outside and feel safe and feel like they're important.
When it really matters, you can depend on him.
It's a lot to try and understand here and much to learn.
NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
Welcome back to KKCO 11 News at noon. I'm Jordan Alexander. Well, Starbucks is joining the list of companies going cage-free with their chickens. The Seattle-based restaurant chain says it will switch to 100% cage-free eggs by 2020. The company says it has been steadily working on making the switch since it began buying cage-free eggs in 2008. Cage-free eggs are produced by hens free to move around inside a barn, as opposed to eggs produced by hens packed in cages with other birds. The pledge follows similar moves by McDonald's, Burger King and Red Robin, along with others. A Honda is recalling 143,000 of its vehicles in the US to fix a software problem that could cause the front wheels to lock up. The recall covers the Honda Civic model years 2014 and 2015, as well as the 2015 model of Honda's smallest car, the Honda Fit. Honda says the software was programmed in a way that exposes the drive pulley shaft to more stress than it was built to handle. The automaker says no crashes or injuries have been linked to the issue. Recall notices are expected to be sent to affected owners in mid-October. Also, a recall of Da Vinci brand cribs has been expanded, following additional reports of the mattress support brackets breaking and detaching. Back in July, about 11,700 of the cribs were recalled. That recall has now been expanded to include about 6,000 more cribs. It covers certain Da Vinci brand full-size cribs with model names Reagan, Jamie, Jenny, Lind, and Emily. They were sold at Target juvenile product stores nationwide, as well as online at Amazon.com from May 2012 through December 2013. Consumers should stop using the cribs and contact Kkco for a free replacement mattress support and replacement brackets. We will be right back after these short messages.
I'm Keith Killian of Killian Davis. It seems that every week you hear about another wreck involving a large truck. Over the years, Colorado's highways have become a crossroad for trucking traffic. For a variety of reasons, wrecks involving these 80,000-pound vehicles have increased. Sadly, the damage can be truly devastating. If you or a loved one has been injured, call Killian Davis. Put our team to work for you. Killian Davis, justice for you.
If you want a place to connect with local healthcare providers, then go to kkco11news.com/healthconnections. Here you can find answers to questions you may have about a variety of health and wellness topics. Our specialists are here to help you and your family stay healthy and enjoy everything the Grand Valley has to offer. KKCO 11 News Health Connections, only on kkco11news.com.
Going for a high right around 80 degrees in Montrose today. Again, can't rule out an isolated shower or two, but most of us will stay dry. Temperatures then in the mid-70s for the weekend, lots of sunshine, and then we'll have some rain back into the picture for us Monday and Tuesday. 81 today in Grand Junction, mid-70s for us on Saturday and Sunday, and then once again cooling things down a little bit into the work week when we do get the rain coming back, especially Monday night into Tuesday.
A Norwegian cameraman captured footage of a moose checking out his camera drone. The moose seems to not pay attention to the drone at first. However, the moose becomes interested in the drone, following it and even smelling to find out what it is. Moose are usually tame, although they can be aggressive when harassed. Fortunately, this moose expresses only polite interest in the drone. I can't really blame the moose, Brad. I mean, if a drone was flying in my face, I would be interested as well.
Yeah, I'd be kind of concerned about it. I want to see what's going on, and I mean, you can see that one's concerned. Fortunately, it wasn't aggressive, but hey, that's better than actually going up by it yourself. So.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Brad, and thank you for joining us today. We'll see you back here at 5 o'clock.
The following is a paid presentation for LifeLock, the best identity theft protection available. Identity theft is the fastest growing crime in America.
I started getting phone calls from credit collection companies. You've opened an account here and here and here. They wanted payment. And it was payment for things that I did not do.
I was hit with 12 different cases of identity theft within 3 days. How did somebody get a hold of my identity and become me?
You see those movies about identity theft and, you know, someone living an alternate life and taking over, and I was scared. She had my home address, she had my telephone number, she had my social security number, and she was able to make a purchase for $8,000.
Someone got a hold of my driver's license number and obtained tickets pretending to be me, giving my information to the police officer. My employer told me that I had 7 days